What's up, bookish babes? Welcome back to this channel. In honor of Black History Month, I want to share with you guys 5 of my favorite books that's written by Black authors. Some books you may have read, some you may have not, but I just want to show you guys some of the books that I love that's written by them, and maybe give you guys some ideas of books to read. Although you're gonna be seeing this video at the end of Black History Month, I mean, you can still read them next month, the month after that, the month after that, But the first book I want to recommend is Legend Born by Tracy Dion. It's basically a King Arthur retelling about this girl named Bree, and she's going to a historic college that her mom went to. Her mom ended up dying in a car accident, and it's basically a fantasy book, I would say. So I love this book. Like, this is one of my favorite books of all time. And you can also, it actually is a series. Bloodmark come as well. This book right here is going to have you so triggered. You're going to be yelling at it. If you enjoy this book and you read this one, you're gonna be yelling at the book, because I was very much triggered by Bloodmark. So those are by Tracy Dion. So if you want to read a fantasy book, you can read that. Those are like the only Black owned fantasy book that I'm not gonna say that I own, because I own another couple books by Black authors that is fantasy. I just haven't got around to reading them yet. So yeah, the next book I want to recommend is Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan. Now, this book kind of surprised me when it came out, because I didn't know that it was being released, and I rushed to Target to pick it up. And when I read this book, I was shook, because it pulls at so many of your heartstrings that it is crazy. It's about a newly divorced couple, Josiah and Yasmin. They have kids together. They own a business together. And I would say such up the trigger warnings in this book, because it touch on how can I word this? It's touch on Yasmin losing a baby, and I know that triggers a lot of people, because I mean, a lot of people have gone through things like that, and I myself have as well. But this book touched on it, like, it pulled at so many of your heartstrings, to be able to watch them love each other but still feel that, like, they just felt like they was going through a dark time when they divorced. So instead of them getting counseling, they chose to divorce and just call it a day, because when you're going through stuff like that, you're not mentally stable or mentally prepared to deal with anybody else's emotions on top of your emotions. And then she had kids already, so yeah. But they divorced. They have 2 kids together. They run business together, and they end up falling back in love with each other. And you get to see all that. You get to see them as a divorced couple. You get to see Josiah dating someone else and how that made Yasmin feel. You get to get Josiah and Yasmin's point of view on this book. So I really enjoyed this book. 5 out of 5. Will recommend. So if you haven't read Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan, you should really read this book. But like I said, search up trigger warning. The next book is by Tessa Bailey, and I love this book so much. I love a good small town romance. Now, one thing about me, I love single parent and small town romance. Those are like my favorite tropes of all time. This book follows Brandon and Piper. Piper is this rich girl that lives in LA, and her father sent her back to Westport so that she can be able to learn how to take care of herself and work, because he felt like she was being very spoiled and she haven't had a job a day in her life, and that she needs to be able to learn how to work for things that she wants, versus him just giving her money and doing for her. So she ended up going back to her father's bar that he owned down in Westport, and she ended up meeting Brandon. Brandon is like a grumpy sunshine. It's a grumpy sunshine small town romance. I absolutely love this book. Like, this book, I can see why some people, now that I think about it, I see why some people wouldn't like it, because it was too much of a, he was kind of grumpy sunshine, but it was kind of an instant love type of thing. Like, it was too instant lovey. Like, he instantly fall in love with her, and after meeting her, and baby, some spice in here. It's a couple pages of spice in this book. So yes, love this book. love the characters, love it. Now, if you want to read another book by her, she did just come out with a book called Secretly Yours, and it does have an extended chapter to It Happened One Summer where Brendan proposed to Piper, and love that book. But Tessa Bailey does have a whole bunch of other books in her category. If you don't like this book, and if you do like this book, it also comes with a sister book called, what is that book called? I don't remember. It's about Piper's sister. I forgot the name of that book. I like that book, but it wasn't like top tier as this book. I can't even remember the name of the book. So yeah, I enjoyed this book. So the next book I want to recommend is Honey and Spice by Baloo Babalo. This book right here, this book is everything. I enjoyed this book. If you don't want to purchase the book, you can, I recommend listening to it on audiobook, because you get to hear how basically listen to it like a podcast. You get to hear her Kiki's radio station like you're listening to the radio station if you listen to it on audiobook. I love this book so much. I absolutely love it. I love Kiki. I love Malachi. I love Kiki's best friends. I absolutely love this book. Now, it's about this girl named Kiki. She has a podcast in college, and well, it's like a radio station in college called Brown Sugar, where she basically teaches the girls how to love themselves and stop scratching over these guys. And Malachi come on campus, and all the girls are trying to get at Malachi. They all trying to, they just want Malachi. So Kiki and Malachi start fake dating, but you can tell by their chemistry that they weren't really fake dating. Like, maybe for the first day, it was like a fake date thing. And the second, that you can tell the chemistry between those two were there. I absolutely love their relationship. I love how he loved her. I love how she loved him. It was just, oh my god. This book right here. It gave me, if you ever seen Brown Sugar, the movie, this book is a strong representation of that movie. Like, I absolutely love this book. 5 out of 5 will recommend. Now, the last book I want to recommend to you guys is called Love Radio. I don't even remember the name of the guy in this book. Prince Jones. He has a radio station, and just like, it's basically like the same thing as just in the boy version point of view. So I love this cover. I really picked this book up mainly because of the cover, and when I read it, I absolutely loved everything about it. Why is it in the book upside down? So I absolutely love this book. And do I have any bonus mentions that I want to mention to you guys? I don't know, because I read books on my Kindles as rush. Ebony is so pretty. Like, she is so freaking pretty. Like, why is she so pretty? She is so pretty. She didn't have to be that pretty. She is so pretty. But yes, I don't think I have any more books to recommend. Well, you know what? You can also read 7 Days. I haven't read this book yet. This is gonna be on my March TBR. But 7 Days in June. It's about Eva. A lot of people been talking about this book for the past couple, well, they've been talking about this book all February. I cannot get it out. They've been talking about this book all February, and I decided to go ahead and read this book. So you will be getting my point of view on this book in April. So yeah, those are all the books that I have to recommend to you guys by Black authors that I read and enjoyed. Comment down below some that you've read and that you want me to read, because, you know, not even gonna lie, I just kind of started reading Black author books, not purposely, because not this month, but like I just started back reading last year, so I started gradually getting more into books, and I really was just picking up books, not paying attention to the author worlds. But now that I see that I can get a deeper connection reading books by Black authors, I decided to mostly read Black author books. I just read. I'm just a mood reader. Whatever I want to read, I'm going to read. But for this month, I want to give you guys a couple books that's by Black authors that I thoroughly enjoyed and resonated with. on so many levels. So yeah, but I'm gonna go ahead and end today's video right here. If you guys enjoyed today's video, give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.